what if you're not actually broken? I'm Josh, and in this video I want to discuss this concept, this whole idea that all of us are broken and that society is constantly shoving this idea down our throats, making us think that there's all these problems we have and that new clever products or services will help us solve our brokenness, right? When you truly think about capitalism and the way it's structured, it makes complete sense that capitalism would make everyone within that system believe that there's something wrong with them, because it's a very good way to sell a bunch of products and services. But if you take a step back and think about that question, are you truly broken? Are you? Like, really? The capitalist system definitely makes us feel that there are a bunch of issues we have, that we have all this brokenness within us. But I truly don't believe any of us are born that way. That's learned behavior. You don't see babies come into the world and start naming all the things that's wrong with them. I mean, granted, they don't have an understanding of our languages yet to even point to that. But if they did, they probably wouldn't do that, right? They probably wouldn't be thinking, oh my God, my legs are too short. I haven't learned how to walk yet. Where's my hair? It looks horrible. They wouldn't be doing that. Those are things that we learn because many of these problems have solutions that involve us paying money for them, right? So start thinking about that and questioning whether or not you're truly broken. My whole point here is that there are a lot of normal insecurities and problems that we're going to have as human beings. I mean, many of our insecurities are almost on a global level. Like, everybody on the planet has a lot of the same insecurities. When you realize that, does that mean all of us are broken? Do we all have these issues that need to be solved if everyone on the planet has very similar issues? This is what I want you to think about, because maybe all these problems that we're told we need to solve by purchasing products and services, maybe we really don't. Maybe they're not actually problems. Maybe they're inherent things within us as human beings, and that's okay. Now, of course, with this subject, I must throw in a huge caveat, which is I'm talking about this from the perspective of you being a self-aware person, so you're able to recognize your faults and your problems, and with that you are also not someone who hurts yourself or other people. You don't self-sabotage or anything like that. Because if those things are the case, then yeah, those are problems that you probably want to fix. That would be a form of brokenness that you want to address, especially if it involves you hurting yourself or other people, because that is not at all good. That does not make you a good functioning member of society. So if those problems aren't something that you're dealing with, which I imagine that's probably the case if you're watching this video, then there you go. You probably have very normal problems. You probably have insecurities like, oh, maybe my nose is too big, my hair could look better, maybe I wish I was more attractive. But again, are those true problems? Are these insecurities things that you must immediately fix? Are they life-threatening things? I mean, obviously they're not life-threatening, right? It's a bit of hyperbole, of course. But again, these are things we can live with, right? In a way, they're not really inherent parts of us being broken. Even jealousy, if you get jealous, that's fairly normal as well. Although that is something that could lead to you hurting yourself or others, and that could lead to self-sabotaging. So that is one of those insecurities that you probably more so want to work on sooner rather than later. But if you occasionally are unhappy with things, if you sometimes get sad about being single, if you sometimes feel lonely, if you sometimes don't even like yourself, those are all normal things, like incredibly normal. In fact, I imagine everybody on the planet, provided they have a normal brain, probably have felt that way at some point in time, because they're part of being human. So this is what I mean about maybe you're not actually that broken. Are these actually things that you truly need to fix? Or more so, could you actually get to a place where you just accept them? Accept that, yeah, they're a part of being human. Like, I'm making this video and I can tell you I'm not perfect. I have a lot of insecurities that I'm aware of, but I just have gotten to a point where I don't really view them as problems. I don't view them as making me broken. Yes, occasionally I do feel jealous, but I don't hurt myself over it. I don't harm others. I don't self-sabotage because of it. I just notice it and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous. Interesting. And then I move on, right? Because it's normal. There's no point in judging it and thinking, oh God, I need to get a therapist or go to like dating coaching or something to solve this issue. No, I don't view it that way because, okay, I get jealous. Who cares? And occasionally there are times where I'm like, yeah, I wish I was a bit more attractive, but I didn't fully win the genetic lottery in that regard. So, oh well, it's not something I need to go get plastic surgery to fix, right? This is what I'm talking about. Just coming to a place where you can accept yourself, be comfortable in your own skin, And then you'll realize you're really not that broken. You truly aren't. At least I hope you'll come to that conclusion after watching this video. It's worthwhile to just spend some time thinking about your insecurities by yourself and seeing what you truly think about them. Are these things that you can live with? And if that's the case, well, are you broken? It's just useful to come to that conclusion that we are not nearly as broken as we believe, or maybe we aren't even broken at all. We are just human. We're normal. We're normal functioning members of human society. But anyway, that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to cover in this video. I'll step off my soapbox now. I just find it somewhat sad that the ways that humans have set up societies lead to us thinking that we're broken, thinking that we have all these problems and things that we need to solve, when maybe that's really not the case, at least when it comes to our personalities, our insecurities, and that kind of thing. Because yeah, okay, some of our insecurities are definitely problems that need to be fixed. Again, if you get so jealous that you become violent or you start self-harming, that's not good, of course. But if you feel jealous every now and then and you don't act on it in any way besides just, feeling it for a bit, that's fine. If you feel sad sometimes, not all the time, all your waking moments, again, that's okay. And when you're feeling sad, if you occasionally indulge in eating too much ice cream, I've done that, that's fine too, right? That's not going to be horrible. Now, if you eat ice cream every day to try to cope with sadness, that's not good. So hopefully you can understand that my whole message here is about self-acceptance and balance, living a balanced life. Yeah, you can have ice cream to cope with sadness every now and then, but you certainly don't want to make it a habit, right? So there you go. Just give yourself that opportunity to be balanced in your life, to practice self-acceptance and just not be so hard on yourself and not think that you need to buy all these products and services to solve you because you have all these brokenness about you. Because maybe you truly don't. But anyway, I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a like on it for the algorithm. That helps me out immensely. And if there's anything that you really took away from this that was super helpful, any kind of insight or anything you'd like to add to the conversation, please share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love seeing what you guys have to say about stuff like this. And I truly hope it was freeing, if anything. And yeah, capitalism does have a lot of flaws, but that's a topic for another video. It is kind of unfortunate. We live in societies that allow us to become this way, right? Like, it's weird, but oh well, we have to operate within what we're born into, right? So just work on accepting yourself as much as possible and realizing you don't need to buy a bunch of nonsense products and services to fix you, because maybe you truly don't need to be fixed.